Phoenix was a small town on the rise in the 1940s. We had the tallest building in the state and great hotels. It was a walkable town, and people lined up around the block to see the movies. One of the grandest theaters in Phoenix was the Orpheum. To see a show, you bought your ticket at this booth in front. On February 20th, 1943, 17-year-old North High School senior Esther Robart was working the ticket booth. The Orpheum was screening Star-Spangled Rhythm with Bing Crosby and Bob Hope. Well, that night a fella by the name of Franklin Daley walked up to Esther's booth to buy a ticket. Esther sold it to him. It only took a minute, but for Franklin and Esther, it was love at first sight. But Franklin needed a plan, so he went to a payphone in the basement, put in a dime, and called the ticket booth where Esther was selling tickets. They were cheap back then.
40 cents in the daytime and 55 at night.
Now, before we tell you what happened, let's meet Esther. She's now 96. She's sharp and remembers the details about that phone call from Franklin.
So when he called and he said, "Do you remember this guy in a gray uniform?" And I said, "Sir, I do not remember anyone that comes in that door." And then I thought, uh-oh, I remember him. And I said, wait a minute. And so he grinned and I grinned, and that was it.
Well, Esther and Franklin hit it off. He called her Babe, and she nicknamed him Twink. They soon got married. Franklin became a Phoenix firefighter, and the couple raised 4 kids, and they spent a great life together in Phoenix. Now, since that fateful night when they met at the Orpheum, almost 80 years have come and gone.
Well, this is, of course, all changed.
Franklin passed away in 2000, but as you can see, Esther, just like the renovated Orpheum Theatre, is still going strong. Recently, Esther's children asked the Friends of the Orpheum Theatre if she could come back and see the beautiful spot where their parents first met, and a private tour was arranged.
Oh, yes.
The tour lasted about an hour, and Esther told stories about what it was like living in Phoenix and working at the Orpheum before any of her guides were ever even born. And the Orpheum historians learned a little more from her about the iconic building they love and worked diligently to preserve.
But from here on, it looks kind of the same.
As they left, Esther and her kids walked the sidewalk in front of the Orpheum where Franklin waited to buy his ticket back in 1943. A little sad that he couldn't be with them, but happy too, knowing the building that is such an important part of their past is still standing today.